You want a war? You're going to get one.
What was that? He had no time for one more play.
He had an opportunity to win that game at the end.
But the referee screwed us. The brother screwed us.
I'm upset, but
the brother screwed us.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys game.
You literally.
The brother screwed us. The brother screwed us. He had one man opportunity for one more play.
Dallas still stinks. You like the way kick Dingbat here. It is time. It is time. It is almost time for the draft. And here we go. There you go. This is exactly, go this way, what we need. This is exactly the luck we need to pull off a huge draft. And that's what we are going to do. Matt Corral jerseys ready to go. What's going on, everybody? Doing? Let's see who's here today. Isaiah Fly Birds, what's up? Luke, Anthony, SF Duree, for the booth, what's going on? Scott, Batman's twin, Night Honor, Papa Eagle, Andrew, Augie, Daz, my man, Mark's here. Marco's probably hiding somewhere, sacrificing chickens, but another Mark, the good Mark is here. Strong, independent, beautiful black man, what's happening? Katie did, what's going on? So Jade, anybody I missed, Filioso, David Pearson, Aaron, thank you guys so much for being here. Appreciate it. Yeah, this is fun. This is going to be fun. I've been waiting for this for a while. We are going to talk some football. We are going to actually have you guys call in a little bit, and you can tell me what you think about the draft. You can tell me if you disagree. You can tell me I look like Denzel. I don't care. Whatever you stake and want to. But before we get into all of it, we got some Eagles breaking news I want to talk about. And this is really, really good news. But the NFL has reinstated Pound Eagles cornerback Isaiah Rodgers a week after several other players who were suspended for the 2023 season for violating the NFL gambling policy were reinstated. He can now participate in all activities effective immediately, except for gambling. Do not gamble. And if you're going to gamble, get yourself a really good setup, man. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Drip Gotti, what's going on, man? How are you? Jerry Jones, 9,780 years old today. How about that? It's his birthday. Today we got to get a little caffeine in us. So we got this. I got it at Sprouts. There's like no sugar in it, but a ton of caffeine, which is what Philly 500 needs. So I might be bouncing off the walls, but hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is going to be a crazy, crazy draft. No doubt about it. Shake Cilio Mania. What's going on with them two? Is there a beef? Donnie says, bring out the crowd. I got the crowd jerseys, baby. We ready to go. We already got 398 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure you hit that like, mother humping, hit that subscribe button, mother humping. Let's rock and roll. Twitch, what's going on? Save that voice 500. My voice will be strong like bull. You know what I mean? I'll be just fine. But I might lose it a couple times. Daniel says, I also shop at Sprouts Farmers Market. It's usually less busy than other stores. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Isaiah Rodgers is here. Here we go. We posted that. I think that's great news. Now, the question for a lot of people is going to be, does this change the Eagles potentially going for a cornerback? I don't believe it does. I think the Eagles, if they're going to go corner, they're going to go corner. That's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm hoping they do. I hope they draft Quinyon Mitchell or the Flying Frenchman Cooper DeJean. But what is most likely? Probably an offensive lineman. You know, Honestly, never seen Rodgers play. How good is he? I think he's okay. He's really good on special teams. I think he's a guy who was like getting better each year, and he could have been getting close to a breakout type year before all this stuff happened. Still talking crazy like always. Yeah, it's crazy. Chelsea says, we ready. Oh, I can't wait. With each draft, the crowd jersey becomes more and more peculiar. It does. It gets really weird, but it keeps working. That's the weird thing. Like, I don't think we've had a bad draft since we've had it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Philip, what's happening, my man? What's going on? Jeff, what's going on, man? Terry and Arnold, perfect Howie guy. I think from the reports we heard is that the Eagles were like big on Terry and Arnold. Like his like meeting with the Eagles was spectacular, was the words that were used. Spectacular. So I think that you're right. I think if they're going to get a corner, it's probably Arnold. But I mean, we'll see. 2 mother humping days. Yeah, it's going to be 2 mother humping days. A lot of streaming. I'll be live today. I'll be live tomorrow. Thursday we'll be live, probably start about an hour and a half early before the draft. We got a bunch of stuff going on that day. A lot of surprises. So it should be fun. Drip Gotti, welcome to Dingbat Nation. Thank you so much for joining and welcome to Dingbat Nation. Appreciate it. Roland says, I still want a defensive back in the first round. Yeah, I do too. I mean, that would be my primarily where I would like to go, but I don't know what they're going to do. Unspoken Word says, come on, people, hit that like 500, 300 people that didn't hit like. Oh, man, nobody hitting a like. People don't like me no more. What are you going to do? I'm going to have to cry. If I cry, hey, it happens. Hey, yo, it happens. The hell with that bullshit. I see Texas boy in here. Boy, you got a lot of nerve. Your team stinks. Can't wait for the Eagles to draft a bust at the first round. Hey, I can't wait for the Cowboys to have to actually do something. It's mandated take a player day in Dallas. Like the league is literally saying to you, hey, Cowboys, you have done nothing all off season. Therefore, we need you to now go out and you're going to have to now draft somebody. We're going to force you to take a player. Your team is pathetic. Anthony says, Philly, I got to ask, do you have one guy that you want this year? It's interesting enough, I don't. There's a couple guys I like, but there's no, like, really one guy I'm like, oh, we got to get that guy. We got to get that guy. Like, I'm perfectly happy with offensive linemen, perfectly happy with most of the pass rushers, perfectly happy with the corner. There's a couple guys that I'm highly intrigued with. I would say if I was picking, I would take Quinyon Mitchell. That's who I would take in the first round. But I also like Terry and Arnold. Cooper DeJean, we'll call him DeJean. He intrigues me a lot. Yeah, I like Verse a lot. The only thing about Verse is I'm like, man, you're going to have to go up to like my own. Like what? Like 10 to 12? That says Terry Arnold, Darius Robinson, Edgar Cooper, first 3 picks. We have elite defense over. You think Cooper will be there at 53, though? See, that's what I worry about. Will Cooper actually make it to 50? I don't know. I feel like you have to trade up for him. It's beautiful weather today. It's hotter than hell in here. Let me see here. Let me catch up to this chat. We got another member, Hot Rod V8. Thank you. Welcome to Dingbat Nation. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate that. Yeah, Mazzie Smith is a bust, man. I love watching Mark Holmes about Mazzie Smith. Oh, you got to give him time. You got to let him, take his time and develop. But Jordan Davis, he's an instant bust. It's ridiculous. Eugene, what's going on, man? How are you? We got 543 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it. If you're new, if you're not new, if you're here, hit that like. Make sure you subscribe. I'm a little wired today, as you can tell. Later on in the show, we will definitely be doing a call-in. So you guys can give me a call-in, tell me what you think, and it should be fun. Michael says, Pal Philly, what's up with us losing a damn pick? What pick did we lose? Are you talking about the investigation about Saquon Barkley? As far as I know, they're investigating it. That was no surprise. People today are acting like it's like they didn't know. Of course, we knew this when soon after they signed Barkley, but nothing ever happened. It was already confirmed by Barkley. Nothing ever happened. So I see it going nowhere unless they did something right now that I missed. I don't think we missed a pick. You like for crying? I believe in Ringo, and I saw a tweet by Elliot Shore Parks telling us that Rodgers is a top 5 cornerback. Get off offensive line, defensive line edge. So, question is this, and I've had this conversation with a lot of people. What is the plan with Isaiah Rodgers? Is the plan for him to be on the outside, or is the plan to be, as they reported when they signed him, that he was going to move inside? That's the question I have. I think if he's your outside corner, then yeah, you don't need to draft an outside corner. But if he's going to move inside, you still need one. Cooper DeJean is doubted. He will be great. Trust and believe that Cooper will be great. I'm very intrigued with Cooper DeJean because I just think that like a good coordinator with some imagination will be able to use him really, really well. Phil, you're gonna do a mock draft. I am. Me and Joey we're gonna do a mock draft together. So we'll be doing that, and it'll be live. So it should be a lot of fun. Cooper DeJean sounds like a mustard. It does. Oh, Cooper DeJean, c'est bon. I think he's French, right? We need Latu more than corner. My only concern about Latu is, like, I just worry about him health-wise. Like, the dude medically retired, and then now he's coming back. I don't know. Twit says, all positions aren't created equal. Why cornerback at a 64% miss rate, far and away being the position with the highest bust rate, followed by safety, pass rusher, receiver. Yeah, but I don't think you can go into the draft trying to worry about what position has the highest rate of bust. I think you got to take and trust your evaluation. If you evaluate that a cornerback is the best position, great. You know, like I saw a thing where Daniel Jeremiah was like, it looks like the Eagles are going to go corner. Well, if the Eagles are looking at it going, we want to go corner, we want to go that position, and they're not looking at the best player available, then they're making a mistake. If corner is if cornerback is where their evaluation says is the best player for them at their pick, then trust it. So it just depends, you know. I think teams and the Eagles have gotten in trouble when they go away from talent and they try to go position or a certain skill set or something. Lorenzo, man, thank you so much for super chat of the day. I appreciate that, man. He goes, Philly, how confident you think we'll get a linebacker in the second round? I feel really good about it. I do. I feel like that's going to be one of the big surprises is that we'll go linebacker early. I do. I think actually second round. Personally, I think second round is going to be linebacker and wide receiver. That's my prediction for second round. Not dropping a mock draft today. We're going to do one. Joey and me talk, so we decide we're going to do one live. So we're going to be doing that. Not today, but in the next few days. So look for that. G-Co says, my sleeper pick, wide receiver Luke McCaffrey. Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, he looks good, you know. Pause, no diddy, but you know, it is what it is. How are they still investigating, trying to take a pick for tampering? That's what they do. I mean, the league's always messing with us. I mean, why did Isaiah Rodgers get reinstated a week later? I mean, it's like they did that to make us sweat a whole week. You know, that's how I see it. Put Mark on suicide. Well, Mark is losing his mind, man. I think Mark did. Mark's whole off season is let's get as much Dak Prescott excuse videos as we can. Live Wild Cool J, man, thank you so much for the super chat. Because have you checked out Sion Vacky's tape fifth? No, I haven't yet, but I promise you by tomorrow, when I stream tomorrow live, it will be done. Timony says, if Bijan and Dijon had a hell of a season, if they had the Eagles jersey on, oh man, Bijan and Dijon, yeah, hell yeah. You know, the thing is funny is if Jalen Carter gets drafted before the Eagles pick, I think Bijan Robinson's going to Philly. I think that would have happened. Ham says, it's reported that the tampering investigation will not conclude this week. So, yeah, so they're just leaving it hanging over the Eagles' shoulders. But they're not taking – that means that they will not strip the Eagles. The Giants fans think they deserve, like, our first-round pick. They're nuts. I mean, if Arizona could get away with what they got away with, I mean, come on, yo. YouTube Pump Life says, I think the NFL hates the Eagles. Oh, they definitely do. Doesn't matter with Rodgers being so athletic. He could definitely play slot, probably be top 3 nickel right away. That's what I'm thinking. And that's what I heard. I mean, what I read when they signed him was that they viewed him as a guy that could play inside. Although he played a lot outside, they thought he would be very successful at converting inside. So I think that's why they let Avonte Maddox go originally. So, well, I mean, we'll see. Hey, Phil, you think it's time to let the young guys play now? Absolutely. Cowboys getting Jackson Powers, Johnson, and Jonathan Brooks. Cowboys will get robbed. Cowboys will sit on their ass with their thumb up it, and they'll sit around twiddling their little pinkies, and then somebody will jump them. Just like Buffalo stole their tight end last year. Mark, thank you for the super chat, man. Shout out to you. He goes, Marvin Harrison Jr., 2024 first, 2025 first and second. So you want to go way up there and get him. The only way that would work is if the Eagles were to trade A.J. Brown. I mean, you know, that and that's one of the things during the live stream I want to ask. I want people to people who think A.J. needs to go. I want to hear from you. Giants fans think Daniel Jones is an NFL quarterback, so they are not all there to begin with. Yeah, that is true. Lorenzo, welcome to Dingbat Nation. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you. Yeah, give me the Alabama guys all day. Yeah, I hear you. DeJean at 22, trade up from 53 to 30s, take Cooper. Best offensive line or wide receiver 50. I like that. See, I like that a lot. You know, like, what if they go offensive? Like Howard Eskin believes they're going offensive line and they're trading up for one. I'm okay with that too. This is really one of those drafts where it's like, there's not like, we need this specific guy. It's like, there's a bunch of guys. However, if you look at like the offensive linemen, the defensive ends, right, and the edge rushers, you look at the corners, like all those positions, I think 4 or 5 of those positions are off the board by 22. So I feel like you've got to trade up in the first round. But you don't want to trade up and get rid of that second round pick. You know, you can't get rid of one of those seconds. We're going to have to trade up to get into the 30s to be able to get land edge. I know. And the thing is if you trade up in the first round, what are the chances you trade up in the second round? I mean, that's the only thing. But, man, I would love Edgerrin Cooper. I think the moving up for corner talks are a smokescreen for us to get offensive tackle. It could very well be. I would not be surprised at all, you know. I saw something today where they were saying, like, Howie drafted, like what was it, like 13 to, like, 32 or something like that. Maybe a little later. He doesn't draft Pro Bowlers. He's never drafted a Pro Bowler. Rodgers has never played nickel corner. He has a little experience playing there. If any, he's an outside corner. Well, you're correct in that he's played more snaps on the outside. But if you go back, and you may still be able to find it, and go back to when they signed him, you'll see that the way it was written was the Eagles felt that he could eventually move inside, and that's what they were bringing him in for. So it sounded like they wanted to convert him into a inside corner. Now, if they're not going to do that and he's going to be outside, then they're not drafting a cornerback. Like if he's an outside corner, then they're not drafting a corner in the first round. We can forget that. Surtain or Terrian Quinn? I would take Surtain, but it also you got to also ask how many picks do I have to give up for him? James, a member for 30 months. Shout out to you, my man. He goes, "Hey Philly, do you think the Sixers got robbed yesterday?" Yes. I mean, I think that was that a penalty? Yes. Should they call the foul? Yes. The Sixers are the Cowboys of the NFL. I mean, of the NBA. So to me, I can't say that's why they lost. They lost because they always choke in the playoffs. We're the Cowboys of the NBA. Hey, Philly, did my milestone chat not show up? No, I just read it. Just read it. Cowboys getting Xavier Worthy or Donnie. Yeah, Cowboys are getting all the great players. Just like a free agency. The Cowboys are going to do so much. Cowboys don't even want to pick. I think the Cowboys are in choke mode. I think they're secretly choking and they're trying to blame Dak Prescott. Eric, no, member for 7 months. He goes, who's the guy who you're going to root for them to draft? It's not going to be. Oh my God, I got glasses right there. It's not going to be one guy. It's going to be a couple. Quinyon Mitchell, and in no order. Troy Fatanu. Let's see, Terrian Arnold, Jared Verse, Cooper DeJean. Like one of those are probably the guys. I hope we land one of those guys. Usually it's like, oh, I want this guy or that guy. Not this year. We got 693 mother humpers in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. Let me see where we're at likewise. But we only got 262 likes. We gotta be at like 400 likes to break this algorithm. We gotta break this mother humper. So if you're new, hit that like, make sure you subscribe, and I appreciate you, each and every one of you guys, for being here. That's for sure. Latham is around. I love Latham. I love him too. He's another guy. Starts immediately at right guard. They kick out right tackles. Oh, I like him. Pork roll, egg, and cheese. That's making me hungry. But I like him. I like him a lot. I would love that. What's up, Howie Robbery? How are you? Is Matt Corral still? He is. But the jersey's not. If I want to talk about Ladd McConkey yet, the man obsessed. That's the guy you want? I like Ladd McConkey. I think he would be an instant starter in your slot. And I think you plug him in, pause, no Diddy, and you don't play him for another, move for another 7 years. I can't wait to see Jerry trade Dak draft night. Yeah, Dak's getting traded draft night. Boy, I would love to see it just for Mark Holmes' reaction. JG, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Cowboys trading for the star water boy, Mark Holmes. Dude, that guy has seriously gone all off season. Every day, the only thing he's really doing, all his videos he does, all they're about, if you really look at it, even if they're not directly about it, they're all indirectly, directly, they're all about Dak Prescott. Well, it wasn't his fault. That's his whole MO. He should just have a Dak fan channel. Mark Holmes meltdown incoming. Absolutely. Rakeem says, what's up, Philly? In my mock draft, I was able to snag Latham at 22, DeJean at 34, Leggett, Trotter Jr., and Estime. Oh, with my first 5 picks. Traded 2 second next year for Cooper, and everyone else just. Hey, do you wanna run the draft for us? I mean, dude, that's what we need. That's the kind of draft we need. I like it, man. I love it. John Jones, my man. I know who you want. We had time for one more play. Brother screwed us. Brother, you got it. You say it. Let me give it to you. Let's put them Cowboys in their place.
To go. You have plenty of time.
Come on.
Oh, shit!
No! It's over! It's over! This game is over! Cut it off, it's over!
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay!
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today! That was on you, Dak! That was on you, Dak! That was on you, Dak!
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott!
Trying to feed his
Trying to feed the CeeDee Lamb! Trying to feed the CeeDee Lamb! You tried to feed the CeeDee Lamb! You got to give it to CeeDee Lamb! God! It's over! It's over, Dak! Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man.
No, you
And
not.
I talk the talk.
No, you don't. You're a baby.
It's killing me.
I feel it coming. I feel like it's going to take Jerry Jones taking it. Cut it off. It's over.
Boom. That's what we're talking about. They stink. He was legit crying, too. Dad says, if none of the top guys fall, wouldn't mind trading back for Kool-Aid, Dijon, then move up in the 30s for Darius Robinson, Edge Cooper. I mean, I don't think Cooper Dijon's going to even make it to 22. Am I crazy to think that? I think he goes early. I think he goes around 15. I think 15 is where you're going to have guys like Dijon, Arnold, Mitchell. I think some of those top corners go around 15. I don't even think he's going to be available. And I don't even know if Fatanu gets out of the top 10 from some of the things I've seen. So I don't know, man. The Eagles, I think they got to trade up. You got to get Michael Hayden to the Cowboys. I'm going to try to get him. Like, I'm seriously thinking of even paying him, Frank, to come on my show on Cowboys streams when I do Cowboys streams. Like I need that guy during my Cowboys streams. He's hilarious. I told Mark, you got that whole bench, you know, you have all these people, guests come in, and they always have Michael off to, like, Michael needs to be front and center because he's hilarious. Lorenzo, thank you for super chat, my man. He goes, Cowboys downfall needs to be studied. I actually think it's you ever see the movie Major League where the owner is like basically setting up the team to fail and doing everything she can to make them fail so the attendance is low so they can move to Miami? I think that's what I honestly think Jerry Jones is doing this on purpose. Like, I think they don't want to pay Dak. And they don't want the crap that'll go along with it if they just let him go. So they need him to keep losing. They need it to make it seem like his contract is a hindrance. I think he's setting them up to lose on purpose. I think he wants Shedeur Sanders. Ghost 214817 member for 18 months. Thank you so much. Because I said run the ball. Gets me every time. I know, it is hilarious. I think he's going mid-20s. I really don't know what to think about what the Eagles think about him. John Jones says, how's it going, Mr. 500? It's going great, man. How are you doing, man? I hope you're doing well. Yeah, Mike Rodgers reinstated. I'll repeat this in case none of you guys saw this. Jeff McClain wrote this. NFL reinstated pound Eagles cornerback Isaiah Rodgers a week after several other players who were suspended for the 2023 season for violating the NFL's gambling policy were reinstated. He may participate in all activities effective immediately. So he's back, and it's going to be interesting. Will Kool-Aid see? I think Kool-Aid makes it to around 22. Like, that's where I think I see Kool-Aid. Like, I see like Mitchell, Arnold. I see those guys, and Dijon. I think they're like 15 to 19. Then I see like Wiggins and Kool-Aid like between like 20 and 25. That's what I think. I think I forget how tall. I think he's like 6'1". Let me check. I thought Arnold was about 6'1". Let me see. He's 6 foot. So he's listed 6 foot. And then on 24/7 Sports, he's 5'11". So let's see what the NFL let's see what the NFL says. We got to look at the NFL Combine because 6 foot looks like he's tall, man. He's got good size. You are going to need to trade somewhere from 15 to 20 to get top corners. I agree. Draft is 8 Eastern. 8 Eastern on Thursday. Now I'll be live probably about 6:30 live. We'll start live. We're gonna me and Joey got a bunch of things planned. It's gonna be a wild 3 days. Let me tell you. Being on this channel during the draft is always insane. Dre Diesel, man, thank you for the super chat. He goes, I heard we're all but done making a deal with the Sea Dogs for the 16th pick, eyeing Dallas Turner or Troy Fautanu. I love it. I would love both of those guys. I don't think Dallas Turner's there. And maybe Fautanu. If Fautanu's at 16 and you can get him, get him. I think he could play right guard and then kick out to right tackle too. Prolific says, we live, Philly. Yes, we live. And we will be opening up the lines in a little bit here. Sean Davis, man, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I appreciate that, man. Very generous of you. Thank you, man. Shout out to you. He says, put $700 on the Sixers. WTF. Hey, I like what Embiid said, though. He said, we shouldn't be down 2-0. We should be up 2-0. And we're winning this series. So let's see if he delivers. Randy says, if we move up with Denver, I think a trade would look as follows. Denver 12. Philly would give them the 22nd, a second next year, and maybe a 5th for Troy, F or Alt. So a 22nd, a future second, and a 5th. Yeah, I mean, listen, if you can pull that off without giving up a second round pick this year, one of those two, it would be great. Listen, if you have a chance against Surtain, I'm all for it. He's only 24 years old. But here's my condition. Like, if you listen to Dan Cilio, he talks about trading for Surtain, but he always includes A.J. Brown in that mess. No, you trade for Surtain. A.J. Brown does not leave. He stays. Then you've got something. Sean Davis, man, thanks again for that super chat, man. Jay says, in number automated draft I've done, does Dejean get past number 12? I don't know. Does he? I have no idea. Fautanu go 11 through 16. I think Fautanu. If I was a betting man and I had to put my odds on which player the Eagles want to draft, I think Troy Fautanu's the guy. I think that's their target. I like Quinyon Mitchell as a corner. But I haven't heard anything regarding the Eagles when it comes to him at all. Like, at all. Greg Scott says, I really want the Eagles to only trade up for Quinyon Mitchell, Terrion Arnold, or Cooper DeJean. I would be sick to my stomach if they trade up for offensive. You shouldn't be sick of your stomach if they get offensive line. Like, you shouldn't. Because, I mean, you want to keep that offensive line strong for years to come. Think about it. You have Mulata, Dickerson on the left side. Left side set for years. Now Cam Jurgens is going to be your center. Hopefully he's good. You're going to have to replace Lane. And you really, the right guard is still kind of questionable. So I don't think you should be upset at all. I think you got to look at it like one of those that will benefit right away for a long time. Esmeralda Boo says mid-20s we should think about just getting Kool-Aid if his medicals are good. Yeah, I like Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid's my fourth best corner. And I don't consider Cooper. I don't look at Cooper DeJean as a corner. I see him more as just different. I think he's different. Ryan, thank you for the super chat. He goes, what time's the draft start? Draft is 8 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday. Love Fatanu. I do too. $500. I think they will trade up for either an offensive tackle or a cornerback at 22. At 50, they will draft a linebacker. At 53, they will trade back and get more picks. Yeah, I like that idea. I definitely like that idea with 53. I think it's going to be an offensive tackle. That's what I think. I think most likely. I think it'll be offensive lineman. But they could go corner, so I kind of agree with that. 50, they'll draft a linebacker. I think they are too. I think they're taking a linebacker early. And then 53, trade back and get more picks. I like it. If you're calling AJ Owens, I can't rock with you hating on my team. No, I hear you. I hear you. Although I look at it like, well, that means what? He's a Hall of Famer? Because Owens is a Hall of Fame receiver. We need to draft edge rusher and O-line. We do. No teams would even throw Kool-Aid side of the field this year. I think he's going to be good. If Brock Bowers slides because of a quarterback run, do you trade to get him? Do I trade up to get him? Man, he is really good. I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I feel like if I stayed at 22 and he was there, I would take him. But would I trade up for a backup tight end? I got to think about that. I mean, people forget when they got Dallas Goedert, they had Ertz already, but Goddard was a second-round pick. Goddard wasn't a first-round pick. I don't know if I believe that the Eagles would do that. That's the only thing I'm saying. Greg Scott says, I'm so sick and tired of watching quarterbacks pick the Eagles' defense apart. The O-line was just fine last, which is why I feel they can't wait. They can wait to get offensive line. The Eagles need playmaking quarterback right now. I mean, listen, I agree with you. They do. And I think a lot of the problems with that, though, and watching that over the years, I really think it's scheme related. I think it's what they run. But I agree. I mean, that's why I said my preference, if I had a choice, I'm going corner in the first round. Knowing how the Eagles think, I think they go offensive line. But I mean, I guess I get where you're coming from, though. You know. White Batman says, I feel like we need another playmaking tight end. Yeah, a lot of people feel like that. Plus, Goddard's never healthy. So, yeah, I mean, listen, if they go out, would I go trade up for Bowers? Maybe. If I might. I'm not against it. Sean, that's who you like, right? You like Bowers. So, like, you rank your top 5. My personal top 5 corners are Quinyon Mitchell 1, Terrion Arnold 2, Wiggins 3, Kool-Aid 4, and then I guess it really depends on Cooper DeJean because he's listed as a cornerback, but I see him as something different. So I'll put him 5 as a corner. Now, if you were talking to me, it's just like a defensive playmaker. I'll put DeJean up at like 1 or 2. Brock Bowers, you could probably line him up as a wide receiver. The kid's unbelievable. When I looked at the film, that kid, no, he is. He's very, very talented. And that's why I'm thinking, like, if I think the Eagles need to be true to their board. If you have your draft board and it's all set up, and Bowers is the number 1 guy on your board in terms of talent, be true to your board. Stick with it. The Eagles have too many holes on defense. No reason when they should not be taking a corner. So let me ask you this. Let me ask you. let's say you're up to pick, right? And you've got a offensive tackle who you think is more talented than any of the cornerbacks left on the board. Okay, and you're like, all right, Troy Fatanu's there, and 2 corners are gone, and we clearly think he's more talented than the corners left on the board. Would you still take a corner over the player that you think is higher rated? That's my question. Because that's how I think this thing is kind of going to pan out, where I think you're going to get a lot of these positions where they're going to be 4 or 5 players already gone. I subconsciously hope the Eagles piss you off night 1 to see you and Joey. I don't know what they could do to piss me off, because it's like, it's not like in years past where there's like guys I don't want. No, do not draft that guy. Like, I don't know what they can do. The only thing I can think of is if they were like trade AJ Brown on draft night. Like that would probably be the worst tirade I've ever had on here. Don't care, you're taking a corner. So okay, so you're gonna go need over talent. Okay, see, I think that's what has gotten them in trouble before. I do. What up, Brian? How are you, my man? How are you? Agree with needed 500 meltdown. Oh God, bro, you missed super chat. You bonehead. I did. Let me see. I missed yours. Was it your? Yeah, I missed yours. Okay, let's see. All right, let me see if this is it right here. I apologize if I missed this. I heard we are about done. No, I did read this. I did read this earlier. Dre Diesel, thank you. I'll read again. Now, I heard that we are all done making a deal with the Sea Dogs for 16th pick, eyeing Dallas Turner or Troy Fataну. I love either one of those guys. I'll take either one. Although I just don't think Turner falls to 16. Fatanu may not either. I would believe that more about Fatanu than Turner. How feasible is a Goddard trade? Anybody know? I haven't heard anything about a Goddard trade, so I don't think it would happen. I'm a huge Eagles fan. I'm willing to bet Howie going lineman. Draft visits are all smokescreen and poker face. It's Howie's world, and we're just living it. I kind of agree. Nico and Steven Chert, thank you so much for your support. Says 500. We are there for you and Joey Shake 72 for the draft. You are two the best out there. Thank you, but thank you so much. I appreciate that. Really do. Thank you. John Rondone, welcome to Dingbat Nation, buddy. Thank you so much and welcome. Appreciate you being here. Let's see here. Are the crowd jerseys coming out again for the draft? You mean this bad boy? I got it ready. It's ready. It's clean. It's hanging up in the closet. Yeah, it's ready. It'll be out. We're going with it. We are going with it. Listen, that corral jersey has brought us so much luck. We just can't not. Also, I'm all in for the Flying Frenchman or Mitchell. I like them both. Ringo, what's going on? Anthony said, I'm still pissed about Hassan, and that was through. I'm still pissed about it too, but everybody keeps telling me I gotta stop talking about it. So I'm trying not to talk about it, but yeah, I'm not happy about it either. System of the Knot, what is going on, man? And just a reminder, I will be live tomorrow like this as well for a few hours. And then we will be live Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And then I'll have an afternoon video out as well. So look for that. Turner doesn't make it past the Falcons at 8. We're not taking a tackle or a guard. The draft is super deep at O-line this year. Count on pick 50 or 53 being offensive lineman. But our first we are going defensive back. Slagather. No problem with that. No problem. The question is, who do the Eagles like? It sounds like from the rumors they really like Terrion Arnold because of the visit he had. Is he killing it in the UFL? I have no. That was, I mean, no, the whole crowd jersey was a total troll job that just morphed into, holy crap, we just traded for A.J. Brown and he went to the same school. Tritegrity, thank you and welcome to Dingbat Nation. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate that. Thank you. Says 500. Why do you think it's good to go into the draft not taking a corner with the first pick, knowing we have a bottom third secondary? Everybody knows it sucks unless you just homo for the team. My philosophy. Well, I mean, me personally, on a personal level, like I've said all along, I would take a corner in the first round. I would take Quinyon Mitchell. That would be who I want. But I think that when it comes to the draft, and I think especially with the first round, you can't, in my opinion, look at the first round. And I'm talking about specifically the first round. And you can't just say, okay, we need this player, so we're going to take this position in need. I think that's how you bomb on first round picks. First round pick, the hit rate on first round picks is low. So to me, a first round pick, you should always go best player available. Your most talented player on your draft board, regardless of position for the most part. There are a few positions that I don't count with that. And you should base it on the talent that you have. Remember, a problem and a hole that you have next year, in 2 years, may not be the same situation. So I think that in the first round, you really need to stick with being best player available. And in the second round, third round, yeah, then you could concentrate more on needs. But I think that's why teams lose. I think that's why the Eagles have had so many bad first round picks, because they have gone for need instead of talent. That's my theory. I don't disagree you need a corner, but it's got to be the right guy. Now, me personally, I have Quinyon Mitchell way up there, so I would draft a corner. Franco, what's going on, my man? Shout out to you. Bill says first day Kool-Aid and Cooper in a second would be perfect. It would. I just don't think. I can't imagine DeJean making it that far into the second. Don't forget to like the stream and subscribe. Support my guy 500. Thank you, Esmery the Booth. Appreciate it. Yeah, Rodgers is back. Rodgers got reinstated today. So he is back. And we got 742 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hit that like. Make sure you subscribe. Gavin, what's going on, man? He goes, hey, how you doing, Philly? You talk about the Giants trying to get into the top 4 to get Drake, maybe. What a joke for Daniel Jones. Giants are going to be the next Panthers. The Giants, well, I mean, Daniel Jones stinks, but I don't know if the Giants will be able to get that far up. We'll see. I don't know what the Giants would do. I guess if I'm the Giants, I would probably want a quarterback too, but it's got to be the right guy. They could also take a receiver. I mean, geez, you got Nabbers, you got Harrison. They haven't had a wide receiver in how long? Try. Thank you for the super chat, my man. Appreciate you. He goes, do you see the Commanders reading the second pick? Because, their GM is all about assets right now and building for the trading back. I mean, I guess they could if they could get, 2-3 first-round picks. You're going to have a lot of quarterbacks go early. So the question is how many teams are trying to get in a position to get one? We know that Denver is trying to get way up there. I mean, what if Denver traded? I hate that. I don't even want to say it. If Denver trade with Washington, I'm not going to go and say it, but I think it's possible. I definitely think it's possible. And thank you for that super chat. 125 says, I want Ladd from Georgia or Leggett from South Carolina second round. I like them both. The thing about Leggett is I think Leggett can eventually play on the outside. I think he could play in the slot. A.J. Brown, if he goes in a few years, then you leg it out on the outside. I think McConkey, I think he's a slot receiver. That's what he's going to be. Does the same to 500 too. Who, me? What are we talking about? Let's see. Eagles is like, I've watched the kid. Oh, you guys are arguing about player. Raiders want that pick. The Broncos need that pick. You know. We already know like 5 or 6 quarterbacks going. That's true. Going to get picked within the first 15. Eagles should be able to get pretty much anybody they want if they move up. Yeah, I agree. So if they get up to like 15, 16, if it was me personally, on a personal level, if I'm the Eagles, what I'm going to do, my plan for this draft is simple. I'm trading up for Quinyon Mitchell. I'm going to get Mitchell. Then I'm going to go in the second round and I'm going to get myself a linebacker. Hopefully, I can figure a way to get up again and get Edrin Cooper. Then I'm going to take my second round pick and I'm going to trade back for more picks. That's what I would do. But I would try to come out of this draft with 2 defensive stars. Okay? That's what I would be looking to do. If it was up to me, I'd go Mitchell. If they go Arnold, I have no problem. If they go Kool-Aid, I have no problem with it. I think they're all good players. 500 Eagles took offensive line second round last 2 years, defense first round. So who did they take? They took Davis and Carter. Yeah, you're right. Who did they take last year in the second round? Why can't I remember that? Oh, Steen was the third round pick, right? Who did they take in the second? Why can't I remember who they took in the second round last year? Somebody remind me. Quinyon Mitchell, I like, man. I think he's going to be a player. I think pick 16 is a sweet spot. We need to get, 16 is where we want to go. We didn't have a second round pick. Now, that's why I can't remember. That's right. We had 2 first round picks. We got Nolan Smith in the first round. NFL Network, ESPN 500. I don't know. Last year I did. Usually I like the NFL Network over ESPN. Here's why. Because the NFL Network doesn't they don't start focusing on the player on the phone. Like the one thing about me when I watch the draft, me and Joey, like I'm watching, like I'm enjoying the whole experience of it. Like I want to see who they're picking when they read the card. I can find out 10 minutes early on Twitter. I don't want to know, and I don't want ESPN tipping me off by showing me who's on the phone talking. So I usually keep it on NFL Network, but I don't know if Joey has NFL Network. And I think we had to do ESPN last year. 500, you're the man, brother. Let's go, Fly. Was like, thank you, man. We got 753 people in the chat, by the way. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hit that like. Make sure you guys subscribe. I appreciate it. If Davis doesn't break the door down this year, I'll be worried. He's too soft because he can't be that big, athletic, and useless. I think this is a big year for Jordan Davis. I think it's make or break year. But I will say this: Jordan Davis has already played some good ball. Just hasn't been able to last the whole year. Is there a first-round player you don't want the Eagles to pick? I'm sure there is, but nobody comes to mind. Nobody like stands out. I guess if they were to take maybe certain positions, I might have a problem. Like if they took a running back in the first round, I would be like, that'd be crazy. But I don't think so right off the bat. I know a lot of people don't like Chop Robinson. Joey hates Chop Robinson. I'm not super in on Chop Robinson. He's not my favorite, but I don't necessarily hate him either. I'm neutral with him. So I guess not. It's a weird draft because, like I said, there's a lot of players that I wouldn't mind. You need a big podcast? Yeah. We're working on it. Chop, yeah, no Robinson. A lot of people don't like him. They said he had like 4 sacks, and they don't like him. I'm neutral on him. He's not the first guy I would get, but I won't be super upset about it either. Steve says, love the hat, Philly. Another thing I really hope is Cooper for some reason. I really like that kid. The only guy I would want to see ahead of him is Brock Bowers. I understand Brock. Cooper DeJean to me is just interesting. Like I just think that there's something about that kid where, yeah, I'm very intrigued by Cooper DeJean. Used the right way, of course. If you draft him and just say, all right, he's our outside corner, I don't think you're using him properly. But if you use him almost like a Swiss Army knife all around, I would prefer he'd be listed as a safety. I think he could be very, very good. I'm very intrigued. Imagine the Eagles trade back. Yeah, I mean, that hasn't happened in a long time. But if they traded back, I mean, what are you talking, like go from 22 to 27, 28, get another pick, like a 3rd round pick? I'd have to somehow get up to if I traded back, somehow I have to swap 2nd round picks. I've got to get up early in the 2nd round so I can get Cooper. Hopefully we can get another reaction like the Hurts one again, I don't want the Eagles to do anything stupid. Well, you never know. I mean, you never know. DeJean has some Eric Weddle in him. Pause. Yeah, a little bit. Philly Sports Rat says, what's up, Philly 500? Cooper should be used as safety. I agree. And you could put him in a slot if need be. I'd move him all around. I like the idea of Cooper DeJean and CJ Gardner-Johnson. Like, those are 2 legit, in my opinion, playmakers. So that would be interesting. Philly, I never asked you what made you wear a Corral jersey for the draft. So there was leading up to that draft, we had there's a subscriber, and all he talked about was Matt Corral. It was like, Matt Corral's the next great quarterback, And so I started joking around with Joey Shakes. I was like, yeah, man, we should draft Matt Corral. He's right. And Joey would get all upset, and I would send Joey pictures of Matt Corral. So as a joke, I found these cheap Matt Corral jerseys, and I bought me and Joey one. And I sent it to him like as a troll. And I was like, all right, joking around, we were going to wear it. Then that, because the subscriber was not going to know we came on the draft wearing it. He's going to think we're with him on Matt Corral. But then the Eagles started making all these moves. One of them being trading for AJ, who went to that school. And then it was like, oh man, this is actually good luck. And that's kind of how it started. People forget we still have Sidney Brown. He's the future as long as he stays healthy. Well, yeah, that's the thing. He's not healthy. That's the problem. He's not healthy. Yeah, I agree, Frank. I think you need 2 starters. Fabio Davis super chat. He goes, Cilio talks like he's been the best NFL resume ever. He gets under you guys' skin. He believes what he's saying. It is what it is. Yeah, Easy Money was the guy. Where is he, anyways? Lonnie Taylor, thank you for the super chat. 2 days until the draft, baby. Let me get that dance 500. Go Birds. White rerun. Let's do it. Easy changed it. What did he change his name to? I didn't know he changed his name. Here I could have been talking and making fun and joking around with him the whole time. I didn't know it was him. Greg Cook says, what do you think of the idea of bringing Elliott to back up Saquon? I saw idea. I hate it. I don't want him. I don't want Zeke Elliott. I'm much more interested in taking a running back in the mid round of the draft. That to me is way more appealing. And we got 741 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. How many likes do we have, by the way? We got 4. So let's get to like over 500 likes. We get over 500 likes. I'm gonna open the lines so that you guys could call in. And we'll see how this one goes this time. But I will say this: when calling in, you have to show your face. I can't put you on if you don't show your face. If they trade back, I would see them trade for Buffalo Bills to get a 3rd-round pick. They on Love. Maybe. I mean, the one thing I've not really put a lot of thought in is the Eagles trading back. I mean, I guess anything's possible, though. Yo, fun, what do you think about us taking offensive line first? I have no problem with it. No problem with it, especially if it's an offensive lineman that can play multiple positions, you know? Well, I have no problem with it. We got right coaches. Davis will be in shape all out. I agree. Slagather says, Dijon is a corner, can be a Pro Bowl safety, I'm sure, but all the pundits have him as a starting cornerback, boundary corner. I'm happy taking him because the worst he's a bust outside, you get a star. Yeah, I agree. They all see him as a cornerback, but when I watch him, I'm like, no, I think he's a safety. And I'm not saying, when I say that, I'm not saying I don't think he can play corner. I'm not saying that. I just think that he could be the best safety in the league. Like, I believe he's one of those guys that is so versatile that you get a good coordinator and you build around him. And I just feel like if you just put him on the outside as a corner, I just feel like you're not using him to his full potential. And to me, it intrigues me as like a Swiss Army knife kind of defensive back, not an outside corner. I don't like Cooper. I don't understand the hype for the kid. Reminds me of Blankenship, a good backup. Yeah, he's way more athletic than Blankenship. I mean, like, I think totally different levels than Blankenship. I think he's very athletic. And I also think he has good instincts. Like, I think he's a bit of like a ball hawk, very high IQ. And I think he's in some ways a lot like C.J. Gardner-Johnson. But I don't think just playing him in the outside as a corner would be using him right. So if you told me you could have Quinyon Mitchell on the outside or Cooper DeJean, I'd rather have Mitchell. You tell me I can have Cooper DeJean as another safety, I'm very interested. I was today years old when I realized I've been saying Kelsey's wrong my whole life. It's not Kelsey. Well, what is it? Because I've been still saying it. Who do you think has more influence this draft? I think Fangio. I think there's no way Fangio does not have say. I don't think Fangio is a defensive coordinator without power. Why are you distraught? King says, take Terry and Arnold in the first to complete the Alabama puzzle of players. I'm all for that. Believe me. No, you say Kelsey like Kelsey. Well, how else could it be said? It's Kels. Oh, like Kels. Kels. That may be the right way, but I'm too long gone. There's no way I could change now. Greg Scott says trading up for offensive linemen makes no sense when they can get a decent one later in the rounds, which they have to get a stud cornerback in the first round, considering how cornerbacks more of a need. But what if the offensive lineman is better than the corners on the board? You know what I mean? Like, what if they say, oh my gosh, Troy Fatanu is on the board. We have him listed as a guy, our best player on our board still. We have him listed a lot higher than any cornerback. I mean, I don't think that they should then just take the player because of the position. The player's got to match the talent, and it's got to be matching the board. I would prefer Fatanu over DeJean. Me too. Absolutely. If you can't get an offensive lineman that will play 10 years, then why would you draft one in round one? The mulata of the worlds are rare. Agreed. I agree. And I don't think anybody that they would draft, I don't think couldn't play 10 years, right? I mean, we're not talking about Danny Watkins. You take best player available. I agree. I want Fletch to come in a coach or D-line. Coach or D-line. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what he's planning on doing, to be honest with you. All right, we're getting close. We are getting close. Let me see. Yeah, I agree. If we come out of round 2 with Cooper, the Flying Frenchman, Edrin Cooper, and Ramon Wilson, I'd be happy as shit. Yeah, I would be happy. Tyler, thank you for the super chat. He goes, I'm excited. I think something crazy is going to happen trade-wise, and it's going to be a great draft. I feel it. And you, the man, 500, keep it up. Thank you, Tyler, man. I appreciate that, man. That's very, very kind of you. I agree with you. I think something crazy is going to happen. I think something we're not expecting. Howie's going to do something. It always happens, you know? Who gets hurt more? Embiid gets hurt more often, but Avonte Maddox remains hurt more often. You know what I'm saying? Like that big ass toe for Avonte Maddox has literally been on the injury report for like 3 years. I hate to say it, but now that we let Reddick go, I doubt we take a linebacker, Edrin Cooper, in round 2. The Eagles will probably go defensive end. They're now along with wide receiver. It's going to be interesting. They could totally go pass rusher again. You know? Vic has a lot of power. He is the reason Reddick, because he didn't want. It has to be. It has to be, because I can't see Howie Roseman trading him. And when Howie was asked about Reddick and the compensation, I mean, did you see his face? That guy was not happy. He was not happy at all. So, yeah, I hear you. Dad says, I've seen guys get hurt less storming the beaches of Normandy than Embiid and Maddox. I know. It's crazy. I love Nate Wiggins. That's my brother's favorite player in this draft. Michael, what's going on, man? He goes, fine, you, man. Thank you. Our Eagles took 7 games to collapse. The Sixers took 30 seconds. The Sixers they're literally the Cowboys of the NBA. You know, when they get to the playoffs, they're going to choke, Embiid's going to get hurt, and something's going to happen. They robbed Maxey. I agree. Doesn't Lane have 2 years left? I say pick a guy on defense in the first round, and next year with Lane, 1 year, take a tackle. Yeah, I think he said he's going to play another few years. So he's probably got at least 2 good years left. But you know, if you have a guy that could kick out to right tackle, but immediately be great at right guard, I say do it. It just depends how the draft's going. I am not going to take need in the first round. I know that's crazy for some people, but I just think you got to go best player available. I think the guy that's going to be available is Quinyon Mitchell, to be honest with you. At about 15, 16, trade up and get him. I don't think that offensive line will have more talent than the top 3 cornerbacks in the first round. If the Eagles are trading up, Mitchell, Arnold, DeJean is there, you take them. Well, what if Fatanu's on the board? Like, what if Fatanu's on the board along with those guys? You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. The problem with offensive linemen is you're looking at like 4 or 5 offensive linemen off the board by 22. You're looking at you're probably looking at 3 corners off the board by 22. You're probably looking at 3, 4 defensive edge rushers off the board by 22. I think the Eagles have to trade up. I love Latham. He's my favorite offensive lineman, by the way. That's my favorite offensive lineman in this draft. We won a Super Bowl in 2017 largely due to talent and depth of the offensive line. The front office knows this, so I hope we do go offensive line early. to me, as long as it's the best player available, I can live with that. I don't think this is a good draft class. There's not nobody that jumps off at me like Jefferson, Chase, or Carter. I don't see anyone like that. Yeah, I don't think you have a lot of those top end guys. You have a few, but not as much. However, I do think certain positions, I do think they're under. Like I do think cornerback is underrated. I think that the corners are better than people think, and I think they're going to show that. I also think the offensive line is deep. EC1 Football says, draft rumors, the position that Albert Breer has heard most consistently assigned to the Eagles in the first round is offensive tackle. Finding Lane Johnson for potential replacement could be in play. Yeah, I mean, I think we all on some level expect that, and that could also be a total smokescreen. Could be a total smokescreen too, Yeah, I mean, Buda Baker's he's still out there. I don't know if they're trading him or not. I don't know what's going on with his contract. Chip Tooth Eagle, member for 12 months. Thank you so much. He goes, Kyle Lash and Gwen Bay. That was you, Dak. Oh, you're doing the Michael Anthony. Where's the Fez? Oh, okay. Torreville says, is he trying to get Joey on the show? He's doing the same thing he did with Mark Holmes. He slammed Mark. Then he, no. What happened between? I haven't even talked to you. What happened between Joey and Big Sills? What happened? Did something happen? I missed it. You guys got to tell me what happened. So, what's your draft schedule? Are you doing every round live? Every single round, every minute of every round live. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We'll start early, like an hour and a half on Thursday. We'll be Thursday, Friday. We'll be live the whole thing. Call him Joey Beans. Why? What is going on? Man, tight David Super Chat goes 8,500. What up, dude? 2 more days till Howie Magic. Keep up the good work. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Celia and Joey Shakes are beefing. What happened? I don't know. I didn't know any of this. This is all new music to my ears. Well, not music, but all news to my ears. Hell, I'll tell you what. I mean, Joey could come on. I'm about. Are we over 500 likes? Once we get 500 likes, I'm opening up the lines. We are at 516 likes, 728 people in here. Shout out to you guys. I had no idea. Hey, Philly, Mark just made a video. Mark has a meltdown. Mark makes let me guess what the video was. That it's everybody else's fault but Dak Prescott. All right, 517. Okay. Joey went off about Cilio and Jacob's sports. Really? Okay. Joey called him a racist kind of, in my opinion, talking shit, but that's like throwing it. Yeah, you don't throw that out there. That shouldn't be thrown out there. I agree. I know none of this stuff. I haven't seen any of it. But you shouldn't throw that. I agree with you, Twits. Yeah, calling him a racist, that's not cool. I had no idea of any of it. I didn't see it, didn't hear it, didn't know about it. It's the first I'm hearing about it. Philly, our Joey had a rant. He was very right about Sills, his egghead. Well, I'm gonna have to listen to it because I have no idea anything about it. I don't know. I manage to avoid that kind of stuff. Like I don't get caught up in fighting with people. Dan was fired for calling. I don't know nothing. I know nothing about that. Did he address it? I mean, he I know he's got a lot of people to come on, so they can't think he's that bad. I know nothing about all that. The racist thing was tied with him calling the Trump supporter. I think that's why he did it. That doesn't make somebody racist, believe it or not. I don't know. All this stuff is all news to me. I just go to work. I come home, I do my thing, do my videos, spend time with my family. I don't get caught up in all these beefs. But I agree, Sean Fitzpatrick. ECW rules pay-per-view. Let's do it. I know nothing about all that. It sounds way too deep and way too personal for me. All right. Let me get this thing opened up. All right, so I'm going to open up. Let me get my headphones out. Hold on. I'm going to play this thing. I'm going to get everything ready. I got to get my headphones in so I can hear. But we're going to open this thing up in a second. Hold on.
2 minutes to go. You have plenty of time.
Come on.
Oh, shit! Dad! No!
It's over. It's over. This game is over. Cut it off. It's over.
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay.
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today. That was on you, Dad. That was on you, Dad. That was on you, Dad.
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott. Trying to feed the Lamb. Trying to feed the Lamb. You tried to feed the Lamb. You got to give it to Lamb. God. It's over. It's over, Dad. Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming. I feel like it's going to take Jared Jones taking it. Cut it off. It's over.
Fuck.
Boom. All right. So, by request, and I've had a lot of people ask for a call-in show, we're going to try it again. I'm going to drop the link in the comment section. I'll pin it. And then, yeah, you guys are welcome to join if you want to call, talk, have something to say, whatever it is. But you got to show your face. Any crazy stuff, I shut this thing down. I'm going to give this a try. I haven't done this in a long time because of the craziness. So hopefully it'll be a lot better. All right, here we go. All right, so there's the link. Actually, let me put it in my description. And that way. There you go. So it's in the description. If you call in, yeah, I'll get you on. I'll probably keep it like a minute, 2, something like that. Not real long, because probably going to have a lot of people. But let's do this first. Let's go. Luke, what is going on, buddy?
What's going on, Philly 500?
What's happening, man? How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Just ready for the draft. Let's get this on.
Yes, I agree. I'm down with it. What are you thinking, man? What would you like to see the Birds do?
I'm going secondary. I got to go corners here in this draft. I think I really like Mitchell's my number 1 guy. Mitchell I would be ecstatic if we got him. I'm with you on the Flying Frenchman, Cooper DeJean. If Vic Fangio can really use him and utilize him to his full potential, I think he could be a stud. I'm also with you with Fatanu as well. So
right.
yeah.
So is this like out of this draft? Are you pretty sure like there's nobody that you're like, nah, definitely? Is there any way they can screw this up in your opinion?
I feel like if they just draft for need, the one guy I would be like, I wouldn't be necessarily ecstatic would be Chop Robinson.
Right. A lot of people say that. Yeah.
I really, he's probably about. I just think edge rusher outside of Turner and Verse. I think Latu is a very hit and miss. So it's really risk and reward pick. But Chop is probably the one guy I'm like, I'm not so sure.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, I like it. I mean, I'm kind of with you with the corner, with you with Fatanu. I'm more like with Chop. I'm more just like kind of in the middle. Like I don't hate it, but I don't love it. So yeah, it'll be interesting, man. I'm excited. It's going to be fun. I can't wait to see what's that.
Oh, I was gonna say about AJ. I'm with you. I think, in fact, I don't think they're gonna get rid of AJ Brown. I think they're going to extend him. I think they're going to extend AJ because if you look at the last 2 years of his contract, it's $28 million in cap space. I think his fourth year, and then the last year of his deal, it's over $40 million in cap space. So I think they're going to extend him. And I think Howie realizes that this is arguably the best wide receiver duo that he has had in a long time. And I don't trust Howie Roseman to hit on a wide receiver in the first round. So why not? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I understand he'd be a little bit older, but I think if you extend him to maybe when he's around maybe 30 or 31 years old and then let him walk after that, I think you're good.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, I would love to keep AJ Brown and Devontae Smith together for a long term. I'm so sick and tired of the run AJ Brown out of town thing. It just makes no sense to me at all. So man, yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. You're gonna be here with me streaming when I'm on here on Thursday night. What's your plans for the draft?
You know it, man. I'll be watching your stream. I'll be watching your stream on my phone, and then I'll be watching the draft on the TV. So I'll be watching you and Joey Shakes and the Matt Corral.
Awesome. Matt Corral, we got it ready to go, baby. We're ready.
It'll go. I need another Mark Holmes meltdown.
You're gonna get it. I think you're gonna get it. Definitely, man. But thank you for calling in, man. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Philly. Thanks for the awesome content, man.
Thank you, man. Thanks. Peace. All right, that's cool. Let's see here. Dad says Fatanu, I wouldn't mind. No, I wouldn't mind him either. Is that Matt Corral? No. Let's see here. Armand, what's going on? How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself, man?
I'm doing great, man. So what are your thoughts, man? Draft's coming up. Where are you at?
Me personally, since we do have like quite a bit of early picks, the 53rd, the 50th, and the 22nd, I believe. Me personally, man, as bad as it's going to sound, I kind of have faith or however how he's going to cook something unexpected or however. My only way that, in my opinion, he can fail the draft if he doesn't get any linebackers whatsoever. 3rd round, 5th round, the 170th picks, not even one. I'm like, all right, come on, Howie. Come on now.
Right.
But other than that, I do kind of have one small question, however, while I get the chance, or however, if any players were available, you could pick 2. Drake May, Caleb Williams, not saying you pick them, but if you had the choice, who would you pick if you had 2 players, anything, any player? Latu, anything you want. And you have 2 picks. All of them are available, hypothetically, just for fun.
How about Marvin Harrison Jr. and Alt? Those 2 guys.
Heck yeah, I rock with that.
Yeah. I think those guys are going to be studs. So I would say that. And the quarterbacks, I'm okay. I like what we have at quarterback. So
yeah,
I'm not looking to replace Jalen Hurts. That's for sure.
Yeah, I completely believe in Jalen Hurts and Kenny Pickett as a backup. I mean, in terms of backups, it's a significant upgrade from Marcus Mariota because, I mean, who they have in Pittsburgh? I mean, ultimately nobody compared to Dallas Goedert, Saquon, AJ, Smitty, the best wide receiver duo in the league. At least a top 5 O-line without Jason Kelce, at least. Minimum, as it stands.
Yeah. I agree. I agree with you, my man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you calling, man. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me on here, man. I'm a big
All right.
fan. I watch all the streams. I'll definitely be on for the draft and whatnot. But thanks for all the
Thank you,
content you
man.
put out, and
Yeah.
God bless, man.
God bless you too, man. Bye. Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, it sounds like a lot of Eagle fans are on the same page. That's for sure. Mariota stinks. Yes, he does. But he's gone now. He's I think he's like the number one Washington quarterback. What's up, kitty cat? We'll see. Eddie, what's going on? How are you?
Good. How about you, man? Good.
I'm great, man.
What we-
So, what's your thoughts, man?
Nah, man. I'm just thinking that maybe that we just trade those 2 second rounders and get Patrick Surtain with a future first. That's been on my mind lately. I do not know why, but I feel like we could get that done with those 2 second rounders or even one.
So you would give 2 1s. I mean, you would give 2 2s and like a future one. Is that what you would do?
Yeah, like in 2 years. What do you think
Right.
about that?
I think it's a lot to give for him. Me personally, like I would be okay with a first round pick, like a first and a fourth, maybe a first, but I don't think I would give both my seconds and a first. I think you could get too many multiple players, to be honest.
And personally, I think we're gonna trade up to get Teron Arnold. I do not know why. I have a feeling also.
That I think you might be. I think you might be right about that. I think Arnold's big in play, based upon what we heard that the Eagles have said about him.
But who really interests me is that that cornerback that could also play that also could play Cooper DeJean.
Cooper DeJean, yeah, he's interesting. Yeah, he's an interesting.
He's an athlete,
like player. Yeah, he is very good athlete. Yeah, I like all of it. Surtain would be like AJ Brown equivalent on defense. If they did something like that, I would love it. But I mean, we'll see.
If Latu falls to the 25th, would you be willing to trade up like 2 second rounders to get him or no? Be honest.
So you're saying take both your seconds, draft your first round pick, then take both your seconds and come back into the first round?
Yeah, and if Latu falls like real hard,
I might. If they like him that much, they do. Like I like Latu. I think he's going to be good, but I'm scared he's going to be injured. Like the injury scares the hell out of me.
Yeah, but I feel like he got a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, he might.
I think he has something to prove.
Yeah, you might be right. I mean, Landon Dickerson, we all were worried that he was too injury prone, and he's been fine. So you might be right. It'll be interesting. I don't know. I can't wait though. It's going to be fun.
This draft is going to really like connect the dots.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's going to be good, and I do think Howie's got something up his sleeve, no doubt about it, man. But I hope to see you, man. I hope that you'll be in the draft watching with us, man. It should be a lot of fun.
I'll be watching.
Cool,
you, man.
Awesome, man. Thank you for calling in. Appreciate you. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. That would be a lot to give up. Surtain, a first and then 2 seconds. Like I don't think you'd have to give up that much. Latu won't fall out of the first though. I wish he would. No, I don't think he will either. But will he fall into the 20s? Because he may be one of those guys that falls because of the medicals. You just don't know. I also was reading that there's a couple scouts out there saying like he's the one guy in this draft that they believe will get double-digit sacks as a rookie. So it's going to be interesting. What if Joey called? Joey could call in. Yeah, all he has to do is text me. He could come in. He don't need to C-Dove, what's going on?
What's up, my brother?
What's up, man? You taking a nap? What's going on over there?
Yeah, man. I don't want to be streamed on the yard. I got missing tooth and everything. It just happened. But I'm really excited. Tomorrow's my birthday. And I'm getting ready
for the
Yeah, I'm about to be 31 years old. So I hear what you're saying about linemen and the Eagles ain't going linebacker.
Not
Okay,
in the first round.
not not the first round.
No, no. They have never done that before, so I can't see them doing it now. But
They ain't going running back.
no,
So
hell no, hell no. What do you want them to do?
I
Who do you
want them
want?
to get the best player available, really,
Best
for this
player
team.
available.
After the
Yeah,
free agency, like I didn't think like we was projected at first to only have like 5 million in cap.
right.
Then turned into like 21 million. That's how we magic.
Yeah,
That's
that's
called
what he does. Yeah, that's
so
what he does. Yeah.
so
So, yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting.
yeah.
Anybody who give me your top two players you like. If you had to choose two players that could be on the Eagles, who would you like?
I would go with Latu or Wiggins, that cornerback Wiggins.
Nate Wiggins, yeah, the corner.
Yeah, I would go with Wiggins because I feel like he could be the next like Slay. He
Yeah,
could be the next Slay. So I'm feeling like if that's what they in the mock drafts, that's what they're predicting that we would do. So I would think if we got Wiggins, he would be good enough to learn under Slay for a year. And I don't know if we're cutting Bradbury. I really don't know if we're cutting Bradbury.
don't look like it. If they do, it'll be after June. But I mean, we'll see. It's going to be interesting, right? It's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, but I appreciate you, man. When you get a chance,
Yeah.
when you see me in the comments, let me get a wrench. I know you had to take my wrench away.
All right, we'll see about that. I haven't been giving them out. I've been trying to keep it clean, but we'll be giving out. I'll remember that you want one though, for sure.
All right,
Okay. All right, my man. Thanks for calling in.
no problem.
All right. Bye. Yeah. Wants a wrench. What are you gonna do? But we'll see. Mr. International, internationally loan. What's up? Can you, where's you're sideways. You're can't hear you. You're on mute. Can't hear you. Here, look, we'll get you back, man. Figure it out, and you can come back shortly. The White Batman. What's up? Where's Robin? What's
Yo,
going on?
what's up, Philly? Hey, man, just want to go over the draft order a little bit.
Okay.
So I really feel like the draft is going to be kind of a wash up until pick 9. You got 3 quarterbacks going. Cardinals probably take a receiver. Chargers are going to charger it up. Giants
Yeah.
probably take a receiver. Titans probably take a offensive lineman, I guess. And then you got the Falcons probably taking the best defensive player. I feel like the Bears really want to trade out. They got 4 picks. And as far as the corners go, I feel like Quinion, obviously, he can do it all.
Yeah.
And Nate Wiggins, he just seems a little small for me. I feel like teams will try to run at him. He doesn't seem like the best, tackler. And then
Mhm.
Cooper DeJean, kind of the polar opposite of Nate Wiggins. He feels like a more of, like you said, a safety. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, that's all I really wanted to say. I'm just really glad you picked me, and I used to
Yeah.
watch you all the time, man, when I didn't have nothing to watch the games on, and I love the channel. And go Eagles.
Oh man, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, man. I'm going right in order, and hopefully I'll see you. Hopefully you'll be here on Thursday for the
Oh
draft, man.
yeah,
It's gonna be a lot of fun. Awesome,
heck yeah,
man. Well,
man.
thanks for calling in, man. I appreciate it, White Batman.
Go
You
Birds.
know. All right, go Birds. I'll talk to you. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I wonder how many quarterbacks will go early. Stop believing all AJ are all. I don't know what you're talking about. 500. Tell the current caller to say what you man. We put in Zeke at center. Wait, what? Which one? Woogie, what's going on? He says, "Go Birds." Wiggins, another guy that will be boomer bust. I agree with that. Now that's my brother's favorite player. You know. Frankie says, "This Joey takes off his hat." Oh, he looks like Joey. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, your audio, not getting anything from you. It's just completely mute. All right, let's see. I got Nico here. I don't know if that's Nico or his grandma or what. What's going on?
Hey,
What,
Billy.
making a sweater?
Thanks here.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm working on a Eagles crocheted blanket with the letter E in the middle of it for my granddaughter.
Oh, that's
She
cool.
made this the other day. It is for a little dog mouse. It has canine and it. The front has the Eagles. Right.
Oh.
We are looking forward to hanging with you and Joey.
Yeah.
Our family goes back 5 generations to the Kensington section in Philadelphia, all the way back to Concrete Chuck, through Roman Gabriel and Charles and Nab. We have been there. You and Joey are my connection because I am off grid. We are stuck in Arizona on my grandparents' ranch. No television. So you guys are, and thank you very much. My granddaughter Sally she's not in school yet, so I told her she is in school Thursday and Friday. So she will joining us.
Awesome.
Emmy may have missed what's going on with Raddick. So has he signed yet, or is it still up in the air?
Reddick has not signed with the Jet. They have not done his contract yet. So I don't know if they're planning on just going, going into the year and playing it out or not. But he has not played, which is very confusing. Very confusing.
Yeah, that's the last one I think that did that. We had I can tell you this with Reddick, with him being from in Arizona at one point, they had all kinds of problems out here with the Cardinals not only in the locker with him, but also with the front office and the coaching staff.
That's interesting.
All kinds of stuff
that
flew up here.
Well, that's the only thing that makes sense about him. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, he's been with 4 different teams besides 3 or 4 different teams besides the Eagles. So I can give you that heads up for when he was out here. And
that's good to know.
The Cardinals, they ain't the Eagles.
No,
we had a couple of years ago, and it was like we lived in Phoenix for 20 years, and then brought my grandparents' pride back. And I found you about 5 years ago. It was like, wait a minute, I hear a Jersey accent now. I gotta follow this dude.
There you go.
That's very through. So we're on both and there with you. So thank you very, very much. You keep and organized.
Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you guys on Thursday for the draft.
We will be there, and hopefully I will have her blanket done. She can sit on it and watch the draft with you guys.
There you go. Sounds good. Thanks for calling. Appreciate it.
Okay, have a blessed day, honey.
Okay, you too. All right. So everybody's watching the Eagles. See that? Chris, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm good, man. What's going on, Philly?
Not much, man. Just getting ready for this draft. You ready?
Man, I'm too ready. I got 2 comments for you. One is about the draft and one is about A.J. Brown.
Okay.
So my question about the draft is, would you consider J.C. Horn a top 4 cornerback in this year's draft?
I'd still put Mitchell Arnold above him, and I think borderline 4.
Okay, because my thought is the Panthers don't have a 2, so you could probably get away with giving them your worst 2, and then just sign the proven commodity versus moving up and giving up a 1 and a 2.
Oh, I love that idea. I mean, but what's his contract like? Is he up for an extension like now or so? Like, isn't he a free agent next year?
So he's in the same year as Surtain and Smitty. Okay. But if you had to re-sign him, I mean, you wouldn't have to break the bank. It'd be probably the middle of the pack. So to me, that makes more sense than moving up if they're kind of in the same realm anyway.
Yeah. I
Okay.
actually think that the Eagles are going to do something like this. I'm
Yeah.
not saying it's going to be Horn or Surtain, but I think there's a move to be made with one of these draft picks where we're going to bring in a player. I just don't know what it is. So it's something to keep an eye on. It's not a bad idea. I don't mind it at all because you're not giving a first away, you're giving a second round pick. So
Yeah.
if we're going to say that J.C. Horn is a top 4 pick or top 5 corner in this draft, and you're getting him in the second round, that's not bad at all.
Right. I agree with that. All right. And then my last comment was about AJ Brown. So hear me out. I love AJ Brown, and I think we should keep him.
Okay.
But there's a part of me that believes he likes the drama. Meaning, like, he's an easy target right now. The media just goes after him because they can. But he does things that makes them want to go after him. Like, for example, not showing up to the playoff game and then putting yourself out there in the public to be known that you were not there and out. You could have just stayed at home. So I have a little bit of an issue with AJ because I feel like he likes the antics a bit, and this is just not the place for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, a lot of these receivers are just like that, though. Like,
yeah.
I mean, Devontae Smith is not one of those guys. Julio Jones wasn't one of those guys. But it just seems like a lot of wide receivers are. Plus, here's what I'll say about that. I get where you're coming from. Like the Brady thing that with the like he had to know that was going to stir the shit. He had to know. But like some of the stuff I don't know because it's like if you go back to week 2, the Minnesota game where he's on the sideline talking with Jalen Hurts and he's animated, everybody just assumes that he's yelling and he's asking for the ball. And he's like, no, I haven't done that. And the coaches say, no, I haven't done it. But then every week, because of that incident, now that anytime he does anything on the sideline, says anything animated about whatever, they're putting the camera on him. And so, like, I wonder how much of it is just, like, built up,
Yeah. Dude, Travis Kelce literally pushed his coach in front of the whole world.
Right.
So
right. And if Reed fell down, he wasn't getting up. Believe me. So I mean, like, I agree with you. I always think that this kind of stuff is like it's just somewhere in the middle's the truth, But yeah, I get it. It's not people aren't going to like it, especially in Philly. But I mean, to me, when you go out and you play the way he plays, man, I gotta give him some leeway because I don't want James Trash. I don't want Todd Pinkston. I don't want to go back to that, man.
Yeah, we can't give that to Hurts. He deserves better. And then I'll just say this, and this kind of goes back to my J.C. Horn comment. Like, when we got A.J. Brown, he wasn't the A.J. Brown of today. He didn't have 1,000-yard receiving season yet. He had some lingering injuries like J.C. Horn. So maybe a change of scenery could push him to do better in Vic Fangio's scheme.
I like the idea of it. Like as we talk here, I've been thinking it's like in my mind now. It's like you planted that seed. Now I'm gonna be thinking about this like for the next 8 hours, because I actually like the idea if you could do it for a second round pick because you're getting a guy that can play right away, and he's young. So it's not a bad idea, man. It's not a bad idea at all.
Cool, man. I appreciate it, man. What do I need to do to get a wrench? Because I tune in all the time. I tune in to Dan Cilio. He's the biggest hater I know. But what I got to do, man?
You be in Thursday, I'll get you a wrench. You come Thursday for the draft, I'll get you a wrench. How about that?
Cool. I got you.
That work?
That works.
Awesome,
all right, man.
man.
Appreciate
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Thanks.
Yeah, man. That's an interesting. What are your guys' thought, man, on the J.C. Horn for a second round pick if you could do it? Put a 1 in the chat if you would do it. Put a 2 if you wouldn't do it. I don't think it's a bad idea, to be honest. J62 Moon, thank you for the super chat. He goes, I just watched you and Shay's clip of A.J. Brown trade draft night was hilarious. I hope we can make another one like this year, 100. I hope so too, man. I feel like we're going to. I feel like it's going to go good. Mr. Nash, audio doesn't work. I'm about to punch a brick wall. You know what? Are you on a phone? Sometimes on the phone, it's always like a pain in the butt. reset your phone. But I don't know. The Coles Cowboys says Eagles win it all. You don't even believe that. I know you don't believe that, man. All right, so we got 2 more calls. We'll take these, and we'll close the calling section down for the day, and we'll be doing more calls on Thursday for sure. Sean Fitzpatrick, you'll be the last one. How about that? Oh, Sean Fitzpatrick, yeah, you're the last guy. EC1, what's going on?
What's up, my guy? Philly
What's up?
500. What's up, dude? How you doing, man?
Where's Branding Philly fan at? You guys beefing still? What's going on, man? How are you?
Hey, man, I'm just excited for the draft, man. I finally got off work, man. I figured to come and talk to you. You know, the GOAT, the YouTube GOAT is in the building, man. I got to talk to my guy 500. How you
I
doing?
appreciate that. I'm doing great,
Hey,
man. I'm doing great.
hey,
So what's your thoughts? What's that?
is this the year we draft a corner? Is this the year we draft a corner?
I think this is the best chance we've had since 2002. I think there's a legitimate chance we're going to draft a corner.
I like Terrion Arnold so much, dude. Like, there's something about him, man. Did you see? Did you see his interview with him talk about Brian Dawkins? That fired me up.
Yeah.
That fired me up, man.
Yeah. He seems like he has a little dog in him. I like him. I do. I think he's going to be very good. What I like about him too is he's played in Alabama, so he's played against good competition. That's the one knock they have on Quinyon Mitchell. But yeah, we could go corner this year, no doubt.
I mean, we haven't drafted a corner since Little Shepard and Sean Brown, man. Like I don't know about you, but I don't want to see. I don't want to be in a situation where we have to trade for another corner that's the same age as Slay or trade picks for a young corner and have to worry about paying them. I'd rather go and draft a young corner and not worry about paying him for a while until his deal is up. I'd rather go get a young corner. Like I'm looking at guys like Wiggins, Mitchell, Kool-Aid McKinstry. I'm looking at guys like, even some of these guys that no one's talking about, like TJ Tampa. For that dude can hit. You got some young corners in the draft. Why not go up and get the best corner? And everybody talks about staying, but I think the Eagles are going to move up. I think they're going to move up before Thursday. Like, I feel like they're going to move up before Thursday. I feel like a trade's going to happen where it's like out of nowhere. Like, it could happen today. You never know with Howard Roseman. I mean, this guy does not stay at any pick. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I could see the Eagles doing something crazy. I'm thinking, right? Since they love receiver, like, would it be crazy? And just a theoretical, just a theory. Would you be willing to move up to get Marvin Harrison Jr. just to piss off the Giant fans one more time?
No, because the only way that I would do that is if I traded AJ Brown.
Okay.
The only like if I and I don't believe they're going to trade AJ Brown. The only way I would consider Marvin Harrison is if, let's say, you trade him to New England. I would have to trade like AJ Brown in my 22nd and get that third. I'd have to get that third overall and get him. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it because you're going to have to go from 22 to what, 3 or 4. You're talking about 2-3 first round picks. You don't invest that much in a wide receiver.
But I did hear you say something about this. Not to cut you off, but I did hear you say something about this. The Eagles could definitely go receiver. We're not even thinking of that.
I don't think it's impossible.
We think corner, but they could definitely go number 3.
I think there's a chance. I think it's a very light outside chance. But
I like Mitchell from Texas A&M. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I love Mitchell I love Mitchell. I think Mitchell's a player. I think if the Eagles know that AJ Brown is not coming back in a few years, they could do it's in play. If they're going to try to extend him.
Yeah, Howard Eskin did report, I think a while ago, that they're looking to extend AJ Brown.
And I think that Devontae Smith signing early opened the door for AJ Brown to get signed, and I think they're going to extend him. That's what I did
say this on Twitter. Not to cut you off, I did say this on Twitter. When we signed Devontae Smith, I said AJ is going to get locked up next. They're not letting him walk. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just excited 500. Like I'm excited for the draft. I can't wait, man. Like my heart is racing right now. I'm interested to see what the Eagles are going to do because you never know what Harry Roseman's going to do. Like that's the beauty thing about Harry Roseman. You don't know what he's going to do. He could pull something out of nowhere. Like
Right.
shout out to my guy Eagles Uncut 2.0. And with Weezy Dread, the Eagles, we had all these guys, and we were doing mock trades, and we end up my guy Diamond Sports, um, he ended up trading to get Brock Bowser and get a corner still in the draft. He traded a second round and I think a first round. I mean, not a second round, not a first round, 2 second rounders, early second rounds, and we got the early first round from the Bears, and we still got a 22 overall pick. Like I'm just thinking, would Harry Roseman do something like that just to get top players, man? Like I don't know, man.
You never know what Howie, man. That's what we got to find out on Thursday. You never know with him.
Man,
That's what Howie does, man. Well, I hope you come by on Thursday, man. When we're live, and we'll see you
and
then, man.
when we gonna do something to together on the channel, man? I'm
You'll
trying
have
to
to DM me. I haven't been doing anything on any other channels lately, just because I'm so busy with work. But after the
I've
draft,
been
I'll be
working.
open to doing stuff. Okay.
Okay. I appreciate you,
All
and
right.
I rock with your channel always, and you one of the goats, man. You really are the best Eagles YouTuber, one of the best,
Thank you.
and keep doing your
You're
thing,
very
man. For
nice.
sure.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Peace
I'll
out, man.
talk to you. All right, man. All right, so I got 2 more calls. Skylar Lucas Davis Super Chat goes, would you rather draft both Mitchell or both Coopers? Adonis and Quinion, DeJean and Edred. Oh man, I'll go Adonis and Quinion. I'll go the Mitchells. But it's not by a lot. Not by a lot. All right, Sean Fitzpatrick, where are you at? Oh, he's disconnected. All right, Sean, I'll come back to you in a minute. Michael, what's going on, man?
Oh shoot, I got picked. Hey, what's up, man? How you
What's going
doing?
on, man? I'm
Rocking
good,
the
man. I love
JC
that
Custom
cross.
jersey, man.
Look at that. Yeah, I like it. I like that. I like the cross. Looks good, man. You
Yes,
ready for
sir,
the
man.
draft?
Yeah, I'm ready. You know what's crazy? I was talking to one of my best friends. He played ball at Florida State, and he's at Florida A&M right now. And yesterday, I told him we need to get that receiver from Georgia, the next Julian Edelman.
Mm-hmm.
I've
Lad
got his name.
McConkey.
Yeah, I
Lad
like him.
McConkey.
I
Yeah.
want us to get him or the tackle from Washington, and I think we'll be set. Because the corners, I feel like at the corner position, if you're not like a pure lockdown corner talent, like you need to be real talented and a veteran. Like I feel like Slay and Maddox, if Maddox can stay healthy, they'll be good options. Bradbury just needs to have a bounce back year. Ringo, I want to see the development of Ringo, see how he does. I'm glad we bought C.J. Garner-Johnson back. With our 2 seconds, like this is my dream scenario. At 22, we move up with a 4th and like a 5th, and we take the tackle from Washington. And then at the bottom of the first round, we take either the wide receiver from Georgia or like a Cooper DeJean.
So you want to come back into the first round then?
Yeah, with the second, for with our 2 seconds, and we get either the receiver from Georgia, or Cooper DeJean, because I think they'll be there. And so,
okay, yeah, I like it. I like that idea, man. I think it's I think if you could pull it off, do it. I think anything that comes away with players, that start and play right away, I'm all for it, especially on the defensive side of the ball. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's gonna
and
be
like,
interesting.
yeah, for me, I would just be real upset if we drafted a defensive end because we already have like 4 or 5 like solid ones.
Yeah. Do you trust those guys? Do you trust Huff? You trust Nolan Smith? You think those guys are going to be players?
Well, I know Sweat. We could trust Sweat, and Brandon Graham's going to be there to hopefully mold Nolan Smith into a better pass rusher. I just feel like in Vic Fangio's system, Nolan Smith and Bryce Huff will thrive in, and especially Bryce Huff. And so I just feel like with the right coaching, those players can develop into better pieces. I was actually bummed that we got rid of Hassan Reddick. I thought that was a really bad move.
Yeah, I haven't recovered from that one yet. I'm still hoping that'll work out. I don't understand it still, but hey, it is what it is,
Hey, how about Devin White? And then extending
Yeah, I like.
Blankenship.
I love
Yeah.
Devin White. I thought that was a great signing. I think a fresh start will be big. And then Blankenship for me, I need to see more Blankenship. Like I think Blankenship's okay, but like if I could still upgrade it, I would. That's how I see it.
Hey, what's going on with Nakobe Dean, man? Like, is he gonna get on the field or what?
I don't know. I mean, he still. I think he just got his boot off. So he's got to stay healthy. A lot of people are writing Nakobe Dean off. I'm not writing him off yet, but I mean, he does got to stay healthy and show that he can play. I wouldn't not draft a linebacker because of him. Like I would still draft a linebacker and let him compete. But I mean, he's got to show us something, And so
Yeah.
for people that don't think he's anything, I can't disagree until I see more from him. I do think he's going to be decent though, but I mean, we'll see. Time will tell.
And I figured to throw this last thing in there. I was watching a lot of Eagle stuff lately, and they said don't rule out drafting a tight end because Dallas Goedert's been injured lately. They said we might get Bowers or one of these tight ends.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy. I think it's possible because I think they do need another tight end. Goddard hasn't stayed healthy, and they did the same thing with Zach Ertz around the same age.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's possible, my man.
Yeah, man. And
well, I hope to see you on Thursday, man. You want to come by? We'll be here. So hopefully you'll be in the chat. And we'll see you.
Yeah, I'll be there. I've been watching the last 4 or 5 years. I remember the craziest draft you ever had is when I was in this room and we were about to get CeeDee Lamb and we didn't get it and you and I went ballistic. And then the next day we got Jalen Hurts. And I remember I was one of the biggest Carson Wentz supporters like you, and I lost it, and that was a whole disaster that year. But
I know. Oh, I hear you.
Man.
I hear you.
Thank you for having me on, though, man.
Thank you, man. Thanks for
bless
calling
you.
in. Yeah, God bless you, man. Appreciate
Jesus
it.
loves y'all. God bless y'all. Be
All
safe.
right, take care, man. All right, so we got one more guy here, Sean Fitzpatrick. We saved the best for last. Sean, you there? Sean lost connection again. I'll just give him a minute, see if he can't straighten it out. You're only allowed to wear those glasses if you're part of the mob. Watch his pride. There you go. We could see you but couldn't hear you. Who? Me? What are we talking about? I don't know what's Sean Fitzpatrick. Your thing is not working. Pause. No diddy. Try to get it, man. I'll put you back on real quick. Philly, how you get a wrench? Well, I'm not giving them out right now, but eventually I will. Philly says, Dingbat, did you see that we're going to lose draft compensation for tampering with Barkley? I don't believe that. They're still investigating it, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily going to happen. I wouldn't think that that's going to happen. There's no proof that they tampered with him. He even said it, Sean Fitzpatrick, try to come in one more time, man, before we go. Let's see. The Eagles need playmakers behind the defensive tackles. Cooper DeJean, Peyton Wilson upgraded defense. I agree. They definitely do. The question is Edric Cooper going to go early second round? Will he be gone before they pick in the second? Or, will Wilson be around? I think Wilson might be around, but, it's going to be interesting. They aren't going to take any picks till the 2025 draft. Yeah, right, because they won't be finished investigating. But, I mean, I don't think there's any reason to take picks. There was no reasons at all. All right, here we go. Let's see. There you go. Sean, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you fine.
There you go.
It's
All
just
right.
this house sucks so bad with Wi-Fi. It's like you wouldn't believe the hell that you have to go through here. But I figure I owed it to you. You haven't done one of these since what, the Keith Byers draft of years ago?
Yeah, it was right. When Keith Byers got drafted, it was the last time. That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, definitely. But I mean, the last time I did it, I had to shut the whole thing down. So that was like, it just makes it harder to want to.
I am not responsible for those children sending you porn. I had nothing to do with it. I didn't put them up to it. Not me, sir.
I know.
Not me.
I know. No, I totally get it. But so, what are your thoughts, man, with the draft? What you thinking?
Well, I try not to think. That's the best way for going about any Eagles draft. I mean, look, the first round is pretty simple. I mean, you know that Howie Roseman is going to trade out of 22. That's a given. If he has a trade partner, that's a given. You figure if he trades up and all positions are graded equally, he's going to take a lineman, most likely an offensive lineman. If an offensive lineman grades the same as a cornerback, he's going to take the offensive lineman. Then, I mean, there are other factors in play. I mean, Howie's channeling his inner redneck now. He's drafting all the SEC guys. He's sitting in the war room with his moonshine and his chaw in his mouth. Hey, give me some Georgia people. Got any Bama people on the board? He's like doing all that stuff. So, I mean, I don't know, but I've mentioned Brock Bowers to you as a dark horse candidate. I don't think it's going to happen, but damn, if he falls to like 15 and 16, aren't you tempted? Aren't you tempted to pull the trigger to get somebody who's that talented, who's going to make your offense that much better?
Absolutely. I mean, anytime you can
So,
add impact.
I mean, that's where I'm at.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much about right. I think that's pretty much how it's going to go, and I'm okay with it, really, to be honest with you. What I want to see, to me, the more, like, I kind of feel like they're going to move up. They'll probably get an offensive lineman. Like, we kind of know what they're going to do, but that second round to me is really important. You got 2 second-round picks, and I think you got to hit on them. We have missed on some. We've hit some seconds, but we have missed bad on some. And I would love to see them address linebacker early.
Absolutely.
Finally, just.
I mean, how can you not?
I know.
How can you not address linebacker?
I don't know.
I mean,
Devin
Devin
we've been saying that for 20 years. How can every year?
I know.
It's crazy.
But think about it. I mean, you can't rely on Nakobe Dean. Devin White is one and done. If he plays horribly, he's out the door. If he plays real well, he's going to want a boatload of money. They're not going to pay that position that amount of money. He's out the door. So, yeah, I think it would be criminal if you don't use one of those 2 second rounders, if you keep them, on a linebacker that can actually play.
Yeah, I agree.
But, we'll see. We'll see. I think the offensive line pick, we know that Stoutland has a lot of pull in the room. And if he likes the kid from Washington, I heard Baldinger talk about him the other day that says he could start not only at right guard, but he'd be an all-pro. So if that's who they choose to go up and get, I mean, there's a day one starter that solidifies that spot for 10 to 12 years.
Right. How can you be upset about that? That's what I'm saying. Like, that's a great pick. If you come away with a guy that starts day one and is there for the next 10 years, I mean, it doesn't get better than that. That's exactly what we need, to be honest with you. Exactly what we need.
Right. Now, like I said in the comments, though, I kind of hope that subconsciously, for selfish reasons, they shit the bed, because I'd like to see some ECW style raging, some chairs being thrown, a couple tables turned. But I don't know. I mean, I'm going either corner or offensive line. So again, if both positions are equal, offensive line.
I think you're right. I think that's about what it's going to be. There's a lot of talk about all of a sudden about them in corner, and you got to wonder if it's a smokescreen now, because all of a sudden they're interested in corners when it was kind of like nothing about it all season. Now all of a sudden,
well, I gotta tell you something. I saw Terrion Arnold in an NFL Network interview a couple weeks ago, and I can see why the Eagles liked him. He's got that magnanimous personality, like a Brandon Graham, very well-spoken kid, confident but not cocky. But yeah, I mean, he's a very impressive individual. So I can see why they went gaga for him during the interview process.
Oh, I
but
could
I'd
too.
still rather have Mitchell. That much, said. I'd rather have Mitchell.
That's the guy I like. But listen, if they took Arnold, I have no issue with it at all. I think he would be a great pick. So hopefully, it would be nice to get a young corner. Somebody you don't have to bring in after a trade that is now making a ton of money. It would be nice, in my opinion.
Well, I told S. Marie this. As Eagle fans, we don't ever get anything we want. So I set myself up for disappointment coming in. And that way I already know in advance. I mean, I can't get upset about it. If I really want to get pissed, I'll flip on the Sixers and watch them gag to the Knicks again. More salt in the wound.
Yeah. The Dallas Cowboys of the NBA. That's what they are. It's crazy.
Yes, that's very true. Death, taxes, and Sixers choking, things we can depend upon in life.
That's right. That's exactly right. Well, listen, thanks for calling. Hopefully you'll be around Thursday.
Hey, one last thing. Should I follow your Matt Corral and wear my Reno Mahe jersey to try to steer this ship in the right direction on Thursday night? Or
absolutely. Reno
Mahe. I think it's between that and Bobby Hoying, so it could go either way. It's a toss-up. Maybe I'll pull out my Chris T. Jones. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out how Reno Mahe lasted as long as he did with the Eagles. So why not? Bring him aboard.
Reno Mahe was the master of the 2-yard punt return, my friend.
He was. And he just stayed year after year. I never understood it.
Yeah. He makes Greg Ward look like friggin' unbelievable. Well, you have a good night. Say hi to the wife for me.
I will, man. Thanks, Sean.
All right, take it easy.
All right, bye. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you guys so much for calling. It's gonna be an interesting deal. Rumors are Eagles are looking to trade up to get Mitchell. I haven't heard anything connecting the Eagles to Mitchell. I hope you're right. I would absolutely love that. But I haven't heard anything about that at all. Philly, check Tony Pauline. He says that they contacted the Broncos to get Mitchell. Really? Okay. I'll do a video about this once I get off if it's true. Is it on Twitter? Send me a link to that or DM me and I'll take a look at it. I would be totally ecstatic to get Quinyon Mitchell. I feel like some of these things may be a total smokescreen now because now all of a sudden we're talking about Arnold, we're talking about Mitchell. Like, where were they all season? So I mean, we'll see. It's going to be interesting, that's for sure. Let me see here. We still got 628 people in the chat. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. We will be streaming again tomorrow for a few hours, so look for that as well. Mark has lost his mind. Yes, he has. I got motion in multiple spaces or just another gray name. What do you mean? You got to fix that audio, man. That guy's definitely someone creepy neighbor. It's just the lighting. Yeah, a offensive lineman is not a popular pick, but a wise one. 10 years play. Agreed. And some of these offensive linemen, Mark, that are going to be available. I mean, you're talking about starting from day one for the next 10 years. I mean, that's pretty good. Philly, did you see the new Mark Holmes? I did. Did he have one today? No, I need to see it. Also, Street 5, thank you, man. I'm sorry you couldn't get on, man. I'm sorry we couldn't get the audio work. How's that? It's called fat chin, high chain. Fat neck, high chain. There you go. Lane Johnson's got a few years left, yeah. 500 Chavez called me a little big down. Oh, were they really? That's hilarious. Yes, he completely lost it. Oh, I have to watch it. I'll definitely watch it. No doubt about it. SMD says, great call, Sean. Love the humor. There you go. Alabama's better than Toledo. Have we not learned our lessons from drafting small schools? No, I get it. I mean, yeah, there's definitely a competition difference, but you can't shy away from talent just because they don't play in Alabama or they don't play at LSU or Georgia or one of those. I think you gotta. I think you gotta. If a guy's talented and you have him valued that high, you gotta take a chance. Let me see. I say if Dallas can't stay healthy, we should jump and take. I would love Bowers. I like the idea of Bowers. No question about it. All right, so yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up the stream. Tomorrow I will be back streaming again. Thursday we will have people calling in before the draft starts, so look for that. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at this Broncos about trading the 12th pick for Quinyon Mitchell. I'll take a look at that because I love Mitchell. I mean, Mitchell's been my number one guy I've talked about. Bald Eagle, thank you for the super chat. He goes, use a logic based of school. You would have passed up on Khalil Mack, who does Buffalo play. Exactly. Yeah, you can't let that be the determining factor. It could be part of the things that you look at. But I mean, I look at a guy like Quinyon Mitchell, man. I think he's got the talent. I'll call on draft day 5. Okay, yeah, we'll be live. We'll be live before that draft, and I'm gonna take some call-ins before the draft, and probably maybe even during or at the end. So it's gonna be a long weekend, no doubt about it. But thank you guys so much. Bald Eagle, man, thank you for that super chat, man. I appreciate it. Thank you everybody that called in. Thank you everybody that watched. We had a great big stream today, and yeah, I most likely will have a video out later today. So check it out and look for that. With that said, I'm going to get out of here. You guys take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Peace.
2 minutes to go. You have plenty of time.
Come on.
Oh, shit! Dad! No!
It's over! It's over! This game is over! Cut it off! It's over! Fuck. Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay.
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak.
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott. Trying to defend the C-Lamb. Trying to defend the C-Lamb. You tried to defend the C-Lamb. You got to give it to C-Lamb. God. It's over. It's over, Dak. Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming. I feel like it's going to take Jerry Jones taking